But they're not that way. You know, your wish is something else, and the fact is a different thing altogether. So that is why we have a structure. That is why we have a structure.
It has always been all about the struggle in Nigeria. Always a struggle for this and a struggle for that. The most of all is the struggle for freedom. In 1929, a group of Biafran women stood up to say no to taxation on women. It was a battle fought and won. The women never fails in any fight against oppression and evil. The blood of our ancestral mothers still flows in the veins and arteries of our mothers today. This time, it is no longer just our women, but it is all about our children, sons and daughters, and our husbands. Today, the Biafra women is standing without fear and with every ounce of determination to say no to the continual genocide against the Biafrans in Biafra land and in Nigeria at large. The world must no longer turn a deaf ear to the long-lasting wickedness against the indigenous people of Biafra under the aid of the Nigeria government. No freedom of speech, no freedom of leadership. We do not have freedom of movement, and even there's no freedom of religion. All we are saying is free Biafra now. Free Mazin Nnamdi Kanu now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, because the entire women of Biafra worldwide stands with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. No retreat, no surrender. It is organizing a mega rally in London, UK on the 29th of September to 1st of October 2021. Comprising all the Biafra women from different countries and continents of the world. From America, from Australia, from Asia, from Europe, from Africa, Antarctica, and so on. All roads must lead to London, UK. Come one, come all. For there is no distance on earth that is comparable to walk the life of our children and husbands. And for this cause, we the Biafra women shall come together from different parts of the world to London, UK, and to march to 10 Downing Street and to Trafalgar Square, to BBC, to Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and more we shall continue to march, and then march to the World Warehouse and meet our demand for freedom and the immediate release of our most loving leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. We are the great women of Biafra. On our march, the battle shall end, and Biafra shall be free. Courtesy, Biafra Women Mega Rally 2021 Committee. This information is reaching you from the table of the all-state media worldwide under the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes, there's one of the announcements, and we'll take up some more and then get to the news. It is our duty to let the world know that we can no longer surrender ourselves for decimation. We can no longer act like scattered sheep with no harder. We can no longer ignore unnecessary killings. Those things must not continue. We must be very resolute. We have our ESN, they have to be funded. Always put them on standby. They are not a fighting force. They are a force that purges the forest of the rapists and the killers, regardless of their origin. If you fail to live where every other person is living and then you decide to be in the forest to commit crime against humanity, ESN is for you. And if you fight against ESN trying to purge those that are causing mayhem, then you are part and parcel of the criminals, regardless who they are and where they come from. Therefore, the New York IPOB is raising fund for ESN. And that will take place August the 28th. And the time will be 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And it will be an online event. The Zoom information and ID is 891 8175 7386. The passcode is 102624. The chief host is Lover Kobondo, and the chief launcher is Blessing Ijoma, and master of ceremony is Master Michael Abra. Media head is Ike Peters, and then you have the anchor, Simon Epa and Beatrice Okezie. The bank is a bank of, JP Morgan Bank. That's where the account takes place, and it's IPOB New York USA Inc. is the account name, and the account number is 719-599-539, and the routing number is 021 000021. If you want information, you contact Chibros Obai, and his number is 516 232 1100, or you call Blessing Ijama Arukwe 716 200 2765. I don't know if I'm missing any other announcement when it comes to fundraising. I think there's one more. Let's see. There are so many things here. As, if I miss you, just remind me. I'll start putting them in one spot. Yeah, the information comes so fast that you can be scrolling up and down what you saw in one. The next thing is 15 or 20 around it. So that's the nature of things I'm dealing with. I know there's announcement with the ladies which came with the one I said, so they have compiled it. So I think that's one I think I'm missing. There's any other one, Bridget, you inbox me and let me know. Let me get your attention here. You had the DOS yesterday, and today in Biafra land, Biafrans are speaking unanimously. They are speaking in one voice. This is the nature of Biafrans. That diehard attitude is beginning to show. and no one to blame. I will tell you why. Listen to this incident. Listen to the incident.
Yes. This is Okija. This is Nkwakija, popular known as Nkwakija Market. And as you can see, everywhere in the market is sealed down, and they did not obey what happened last Monday, but they tried to do it today by their own very self. And as you can see, the securities are inside the market, and they blocked everywhere that nobody could penetrate or enter in or go out.
That is leading you to the incident. You see, we do the needful. People are very much conscious and cautious about what is happening around them. That means they are waking up. Now they know they are mapped out for elimination, for wipeout. So when the politicians come to lie, to deceive you, ask them, who are they working for? Ask them, what is their intention? What exactly are they doing to Biafrans? Why would they prefer the Fulanis to eliminate their brothers, their sisters, their mothers, their daughters? It's just because of money and political title? Ask them that question. As you are showing your dissatisfaction for the extraordinary rendition meted out against our leader, show same to the politicians. Why? The Okija market, no violence. We say sit at home. We say, okay, hold on. Let's see what is happening. Let's see who is giving orders. Let's make sure we are not disobeying Onyendu. What happened? The same behavior, the same attitude they have for Biafrans, and they are telling you you are one. They are telling you no secession. They are telling you you can't be free. This is why they are telling you you cannot be free. Listen.
Yeah, that's why now, but I just about one mother. No. Now me just return a motor. Look for him, babu. Never him make nothing. Look for him, babu. The other motor, I go. We ban it. Yeah, let me move around.
The soldiers came down with their vehicle and decided to shoot an innocent young boy, a young man going about his business. What did that man do? Nothing. They shot and killed him. I remind you again, this nonsense cannot happen in the north. They dare not, the soldiers themselves dare not just arbitrarily stop and shoot at somebody. Their vehicles will be burned, and the soldiers burned as well. But do you see the difference? In Biafra land, they have weakened us so much that with impunity, they can take somebody out and go about their business. Did you hear Bazu comment? Did you hear Ugwani comment? Did you hear Babio comment? Did you hear Wike comment? Did you hear Albiano comment? Did you hear? None of them will open their mouth. This is why the Fulanis have the impunity to do what they're doing. And then to our youths, to those young men that are the targets. As you have made your mind, your will to survive will soon kick in, just like it's kicking in the sit-at-home order. Those soldiers came out from somewhere. They have commanders. Question the commanders. Those in place, those that assume responsibility, those that say they are who and he is he, and the honorables, they must demand an explanation why a soldier or soldiers will arbitrarily shoot at somebody and keep on going. That means your life is worthless. And this is what they are coming down to do, and they are doing it with impunity. Those people responsible, Okezi must, before mayhem continues, he must investigate and ask why and who shot that man. If you cannot, then you are irresponsible as well. And this is why we call on you, governors, to change your behavior. Your ineptness, your inability to hold those soldiers accountable contributes to the situation on the ground, the insecurity. Are you going to raise money to compensate the family? Are you going to raise billions to take care of the parents of this man? You don't know who he is. He could be an engineer, he could be a doctor, he could be a school principal. This might be a breadwinner. Even regardless of his status, does he deserve to die? And this is why when people sit at home, they are telling you, we are fed up. We are not living. So they must die fighting than die not fighting. Now, do you see why? Do you see why they are holding Ali Damazen Nnamdi Kanu? Because he galvanized your strength. He told you to stand for yourself. He told them, leave us, set us free, and let's go away. People, brethren, friends, foes, is that a crime? Is that a crime to call for your freedom? The policies there, conquer the South. And the history is too long. Let me put it down this way. You are a saboteur. So what? You are a saboteur based on what? Are you a saboteur that you're sabotaging what? Sabotaging your identity? Are you working against the IPOB because you have something in place which you don't have? And nobody can say they have, because all those making noise are collaborators of your oppressors to undo you, to finish you. Black people have continued to be slaves, and they will continue to remain the same. Do you know? You have forgotten. Let me open the eyes of some of you. Do you know that in the 20s, during the era of Azikiwe, up till the 70s, for those of you that came in late 70s and then early 80s, even those in the early 80s, were they not asking you, Did you not hear them ask you, where is your tail? You're a monkey. They did not ask you, why do you guys live on trees? They did not ask you, how come you all are fighting in the bushes with the tigers and the lions and the cheetahs, as if you're not a human being? Common sense will tell you that they have no respect for you. They have no regard for you. If you can come from Africa, regardless the path, and come to its environment to study, I will not ask you that question. Because if you are in the bushes, not going to school, why will you have the common sense? Why will you have the knowledge to come to America, to come to London, to come to Europe, to come to Germany to study and still beat some of them? But that is not what they're asking you. They want to see your tail. Because what's embedded in their brain is that you are not a human being, you are an animal. You are a monkey. And most of us brush it aside. Instead of educating our people, when we go home, we act as if here is a place of milk and honey. We generate quest to run away. Why? Because those that are supposed to make the condition, let me use the word palatable, to induce you to stay, stare, and make you run away. If you are a saboteur, what are you sabotaging? Your identity? To offend who? You are offending yourself. You are offending your own children, generation to come. And when they lose their identity, you are nothing. That is the end of your history. Go and ask the Aborigines. Go and ask the Papua New Guineans. You will see. You will see. My goodness. You are a saboteur. What are you sabotaging? That the person leading you is not suitable, but he has led you to where you are today. The world is hearing about you. Are you angry because it's not from your family? Even if he is, can you do what he is doing? Ask yourself a question. There are 4 of you in the family. You don't have the same gift. You cannot achieve the same goal. The gifts are not equal. Of all the 4, one might be a doctor, which you can never be, which you have no dream of becoming. And when he said, doctor, why are you angry that he's a doctor? That has passed the mind of a saboteur. Now, what makes you a saboteur is when you go to impede his medical expertise. You are sabotaging. You are making him not achieve that which is destined to be. Maybe most of you don't know the meaning of what you're doing. And then why are you doing it? That young man that was shot today, it could be you. It could have been your son. But you are playing the role of a spoiler. And you are glamorizing your activities. The man in detention is the man that was extraordinary renditions to the fact that it is against the international law. The international bodies applying the same force on the culprit, on the offender, to give cause, reason why they did what they did. No, I don't think they are going to. They will pretend as if, but they are not, because they are working for them. Destabilization, the third world. You are the third world. And no African country can escape from the third world. And the Caribbeans are banana republic. This is the way they brand you. And if you have all these loads levied on you, why are you a saboteur? Why are you working against the progress of your people? Because you want to be honorable. A thief calling himself honorable. A killer calling himself honorable. Slave traders calling themselves honorable. Women traffickers calling themselves honorable. You pimp your women to the Fulanis so that you can be honorable. I wonder what makes you honorable. See what happened in Afghanistan. Most of you don't know this story. Part of the Cold War is still going on. So if you like, be a saboteur. Keep on sabotaging until you will be extinct. Continue. Afghanistan was controlled by Russia. It has Russia's presence. And America said no. They must be free. And they went in. And they have a link to Iraq. So if they get Afghanistan, then they'll get Iraq, and then they'll get Syria, all this, and then America control Afghan. They drove the Taliban. Taliban become a household name. And Russia withdrew from Afghanistan. And America took over. You hear about Air Force Base. That's where they are. Today they withdrew. Taliban has taken over Kabul again. And then they have won. If Taliban is loyal to Russia, Russia moves right back. They told the world never to see peace. Libya gone, never to see peace. Sudan, no peace. Anywhere in the third world, no peace. And you that have an idea of what is happening, they are paying you to kill your brother. Something the Taliban will not do. You have Boko Haram. They have a mission. They have objective. And they are carrying it out with you being the victim. And they have just shown you what they are up to. Today they shot somebody and kept on going. If you have people, that vehicle will not move an inch. That vehicle will not move an inch. We are good at sorrowing. And anywhere this happens, this is what you hear. This is what our people say. Are you getting it? Your response, your reaction will determine if this kind of unwarranted killing will continue. They have been doing it, and they continue to do it. And this is why Biafra say, no, we are sitting home. Leave our leader alone, release him. They have expressed their annoyance. Have you seen any of the BBC Igbo service going there to tell the world, since they are very good at seeing what Onyendu did, and they are going to see what IPOB did. Oh, ESN, oh yeah, we are there first. Let's see ESN. Oh, come on. Yeah, sit at home. Did you see BBC Igbo service there? No. Did you see the Igwe? No. Did you see the Ohanese? No. Did you see the Eze? No. Did you see the thief? No. I'm not talking about the governor and the reps. But they are the ones telling you get ready for 2023. And you will continue to live and go through this agonizing lifestyle. When is it going to end? We must be free. Nobody will hand you your freedom. You will struggle and fight for freedom. Therefore, if you like, continue to derail the movement. The stronger ones will take over. And shame on you if for any reason you can be exposed or arrested or pinpointed with proof that you are working against the movement. Are you working against the movement that you want to be Boko Haram? You want ISIS to take over your land, which they have done in Lake Chad and the Sahel region. And now they are in your village. They are in your town, picking you one by one. And you are saying one Nigeria. It is the most foolish chant I have ever heard. That's what somebody wrote. And I read it say Yorubas and Igbos are the most foolish people in Africa. And I think it's dawning on them, and it's written by a Yoruba. Because they have now understood, they are very, very clear. They are very, very informed. They are very, very inundated with the truth. And they dare not waste this opportunity. Then how come the buying and sellers of Ndibo are still not understanding what is happening? They are still busy. Some people are still busy talking about money. He said that the Igbos and Yorubas are busy going to colleges, going to secondary school, going to primary school, going to Antakara. Just like that, they continue and continue until they wind up in universities. Then they will run and go to Europe, and go to Asia, and go to America, and go to Brazil. As they go, the Fulani is filling with strategy. Let them go and speak the grammar. Let them go and be the doctor. And when they come back, we will rule over them. Today, that same notion, that same principle we have is still destroying us. He is a miscreant. Why will I listen to him? I am an engineer. I am a doctor. I am a professor. And somebody that happened to be down to earth to see what is happening is telling you, who is not down to earth, that this is what is happening, and you are calling him a useless man. Get out of my face. We are in denial. The hatred, very, very real. It is not going to end. In Britain, and a British reporter, this happened in 56, can extract the feelings of the Fulanis against the Igbos. Why can't we? Why can't we learn?
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I'd almost call it obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
I'm speechless. Is this not happening as we speak? We are all over the world. Most of us are holding top positions outside our fatherland, but they are there, occupying our fatherland. That opportunity denied us in our fatherland is the opportunity others are given to us. then why can't you, knowing your gift, why can't you, knowing your strength, why can't you, knowing who you are, do the needful, do that which can secure you, do that which can make you who you are, do that which will create brighter future for your children and generation to come, of which you saw that whatever they did, whatever Bello and his people did, was a way to create permanent lifestyle for the Fulanis at your expense. That is what you are going through. Therefore, if you are a saboteur, I wish you luck. That rain beating us will eventually beat you. That foul smell we are smelling will eventually get to your nose. And let us pray that you will be the only Igbo person left. And then the world will question you. How come you are the only Igbo person left? How you will tell them, oh, I was the one that sold them to the Fulanis. And let's see how proud your children will be. Go ahead, continue to sabotage. Go ahead, continue to sell your ancestors, disgrace your ancestors. Those that preserve the forest for you. Those that forbid you to enter the forest anyhow, because that's where life is. Today, you have no respect for the forest. You even bring the Chinese to cut down trees that have been there 500 years, 700 years. As we speak, your climate is changing due to gross deforestation. Why am I mentioning this? Your ostentatious lifestyle to be the only person that can build a house in a 3 square mile area. At what cost? Deforestation. Go to Google, type the zoo, then type your state, then type your town, and take a bird's eye view. No more trees. How does it concern what we're saying? When you sabotage, you need money. Why do you need money? To deforest your area. And then you are going to die, whether you like it or not. Because once the climate changes, as it's changing, our temperature used to be cool. In the 70s, it's no longer like that. The temperature is rising to the 80s and 90s. Desertification is coming. Why? You are sabotaging so that you can have money to claim as much land as you can, and even steal the one your poor neighbor has. And it will continue to happen. Greed comes at a cost. And this is where it's going to land us. And we might not even be there. Those 3-mile radius mansion site will be taken over by the moose. You're still eating cow. Let's open the phone line. +1 484 767 0848 +1 484 767 0848. Live broadcast from Radio Biafra USA. Continue. Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead, we're waiting for you.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Mercy, God bless you, sir.
God bless you too.
Okay, sir. Sir, would you like me to give information of what is happening in my area?
Go ahead.
Okay, sir. I remain Pastor T.C. Wale from Ebonyi, Biafra land. In Ebonyi State, today's sit down. Today, it says all the shops were closed in Abakaliki and Ebonyi. Motor park are closed. There were no buses, no transport buses, mechanic village where you can get parts in Ebonyi State. They were locked with keys. International market was rather opened, but nobody's there. And other markets around Ebonyi, almost all were closed with lock-up and keys. All the security locked the places. Filling stations were closed. Only few, very, very few ones. All banks closed. Skeletal people, just very few people are walking on the road. And workers did not go to work despite the threat from the governor. The only people we see their presence, just very few people are on KKs and Okadas. So that is the situation here in Ebonyi. Shalom, Israel. I'm here to do the needful as Onyendu directed us to do. And today I'm going to pray and start with Psalm 78. And I start Psalm 78. My teaching, and pay attention to what I say. I am going to use wise sayings and explain mysteries from the past and known. Things that our fathers told us. We will not keep them from our children. We will tell the next generation about the Lord's power and his great deeds and the wonderful things he has done. He gave laws to the people of Israel and commandments to the descendants of Jacob. He instructed our ancestors to teach his laws to their children so that the next generation might learn them and in turn should tell their children. In this way, they also would put their trust in God and not forget what he has done, but always obey his commandments. They would not be like their ancestors a rebellious and disobedient people whose trust in God was never firm, and who did not remain faithful to him. The Ephraimites, armed with bows and arrows, ran away on the day of battle. They did not keep their covenant with God. They refused to obey his law. They forgot what he had done, the miracles they had seen him perform. While their ancestors watched, God performed miracles in their plain of Zion, in the land of Egypt. Divided the sea and took them through it, made the waters stand still, stand like walls. By day he led them with a cloud, and all night long with the light of a fire. He split rocks open in the desert, and he gave them water from the depth. He caused a stream to come out of the rock and made water flow like a river. But they continued to sin against God, and in the desert they rebelled against the Most High. They deliberately put God to the test by demanding the food they wanted. They spoke against God and said, "Can God supply food in the desert? It is true that he struck the rock and water flowed out in the torrent, but can he also provide us with bread and give his people meat?" And so the Lord was angry when he had them. He attacked his people with fire, and his anger against them grew because they had no faith in him and did not believe that he would save them. But he spoke to the sky above and commanded its doors to open. He gave them grain from heaven by sending down manna for them to eat. So they ate the food of angels, and God gave them all they wanted. He also caused the wind to blow, and by his power he stirred up the south wind, and to his people he set down bed as many as the grains of sand on the shore. They fell in the middle of the camp around the tent, so the people ate and they were satisfied. God gave them what they wanted, but they had not yet satisfied their cravings, and they were still eating when God became angry with them and killed their strongest men. But killed their strongest men, the best young men of Israel. In spite of all this, the people kept sinning. In spite of all his miracles, they did not trust him. So he ended their days like a brick, and their lives with sudden disaster. Whenever he killed some of them, the rest would turn to him. They would repent and pray earnestly to him. They remembered that God was their protector, that the Almighty came to their aid, but their words were all lies. Nothing, they are not loyal to him. They were not faithful to their covenant with him, but God was merciful to his people. He forgave their sins and did not destroy them. Many times, but God was merciful to his people. He forgave their sins and did not destroy them. Many times he held back his anger and restrained his fury. He remembered that there were only moral beings, like a wind that blew by and his gone. How often they rebelled against him in the desert. How many times they made him sad against again and again. They put God to the test, and they brought pain to the holy God of Israel. They forgot his great power, and the day when he saved them from their enemies and performed his mighty acts and miracles in the plain of Zion. In the land of Egypt, he turned the rivers into blood, and the Egyptians had no water to drink. He sent flies among them that tormented them, and frogs that ruined their land, sent locusts to eat their crops and to destroy their field. He killed their grapevine with hail, and their fig trees with forests. He killed the cattle with hail, and their flock with lightning. He caused them great disastress by pouring out his anger and fierce wrath, which came as messenger of death. He did not restrain his anger or spare their lives, but killed them with a plague. He killed the firstborn sons of all the families of Egypt. Then he led his people out like a shepherd and guided them through the desert. He led them safely, and they were not afraid, but the sea came rolling over their enemies. He brought them to his holy land, to the mountains which he himself conquered. He drove out the inhabitants as his people advanced. He divided their land among the tribes of Israel, and he gave their homes to his people. But they rebelled against Almighty God and put him to the test. They did not obey his commandment, but were rebellious and disloyal like their fathers, unreliable as a good arrow. They angered him with their hidden places of worship, and with their idols they made him furious. God was angry when he saw it, so he rejected his people completely. He abandoned his tent in Shiloh, the home where he had lived among us. He allowed our enemies to capture the covenant box, the symbol of his power and the glory. He was angry with his own people and let them be killed by their enemies. Young men were killed in war, and the young women had no one to marry. Priests died by violence, and the widows were not allowed to move. At last the Lord woke up as though from sleep. From sleep, he was like a strong man excited by wine. He drove his enemies back in lasting and shameful defeat. He rejected the descendant of Jacob. He did not select the tribe of Ephraim. Indeed, he chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he dearly loves. There he built his temple like his home in heaven. He made it seem like the earth itself, secure for all time. He chose his servant Nnamdi Kanu, took him from the pastures where he looked after his flock, and he made him the king of Israel, the shepherd of the people of Biafra, of God. Nnamdi Kanu took care of them with unselfish devotion and led them with skill. In the name of Chukwuka Kabiama, oh Lord, we are praying and we are asking, Lord, for mercy upon our people, upon their friends, upon the Onion, upon the ESN, upon every principal officers that are assisting to ensure that restoration of Biafra is done. Lord, we are asking for those disobedient ones, those who are sabotaging the struggle of this Biafra, those that are killing us, those that are killing our children, killing our fathers and mothers, those that are rebelling against Biafra, those that are creating security to kill our innocent souls, our children that didn't know anything. Lord, we are asking that you will deal with them one by one. Lord, we are asking, oh Lord, those saboteurs, oh Father, arrest and disgrace them wherever they are. In all the southeast, our brothers and sisters who are sabotaging this struggle, our brothers and sisters who are derailing this struggle, oh Lord, don't have mercy on them. Begin to withdraw mercy from them. Begin to deal with them one by one, because it is our right. It is our right to ask for self-determination. It is not a sin. Oh Lord, because we are doing the right thing, begin, oh Lord, to make a way for us. Begin to make a way for all the principal officers, all the pastors that are praying, all the principal officers that are ensuring that this struggle is materialized. Lord, begin to make a way for them. Don't allow the saboteurs to scatter us. Don't allow the saboteurs to derail us. Oh Lord our God, you answer us in the days of trouble. Answer us today. For those that are disobeying this struggle, oh God, begin to disgrace them one by one. In the name of Chukwuemeka, we pray. He said, thank you, Master. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. The call number is +1 484 0848. +1 484 0848. You hear the report. You hear the way people respond to things, and all this for us. Call out your name and where you calling from.
My name is Martin and I'm calling from Aba.
Welcome.
It will be a thing of joy to me personally, because there is no Radio Biafra in Aba now, but I'm calling from Aba. Radio Biafra is not on in Aba. Just not less than 5 seconds ago, where I was listening to a broadcast through satellite, they take the light. Now the television and the every machine is off. But I want to say one thing concerning what is happening in Biafra land. Hey, it will be unfortunate that our people will die out of ignorance. Today, we are alive, but we are not alive because our enemies have steal everything that the Creator has blessed us with. They have painted us white and black, which is not what we are. Every Biafran knows that we are not interested in committing any crime, but the enemy have come with their commitment, with every evil, but so-called politicians is hiding them to kill us and destroy us. We are in this Biafra land. It's unfortunate. Let Chukwuemeka come and rescue us. Because even without to sit at home, and sit at home, we are waiting for the freedom of Biafra. Thank you very much. Let Biafra come so that our people will have peace. That is the only thing we have today. Mazin Namorika, nothing will ever happen to him because Chukwuemeka is with him. Nothing shall happen to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll comment on that later on. Call your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, Mazin, they hear me, sir.
Yeah, they hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, Mazin, they know best. Oh, sir, make I keep my radio. Our radio never talk. Make I keep my. Mazin, you see, oh, Mazin, Emma, who tell Madam who take the neck? Mazin, when I hear me that time. And then I go to broadcast again. I have a mother na area. And the man said, if not before, that's more than no go come out here. Man, the episode. Man, the can talk and make the whole world hear them. They're not going to deceive us. You see, that don't see you gave us command, yes, and we are disciplined. We listen to this. But every information we want to give us, we wait in there. We enter our head. We don't say for anyone take our land. And the United Nations, no one make me there for our land. But when you use their law to take our land, they see their bread. But then they take up. Koro. All of them go from United Nations. Some take our leader, we no do anything. Our leader will say, we be there for us, then we there for our land. But then they not work. And they can tell us, hey, we tell us, but then they say, my kids should no longer cannot tell us that. So, but then they say, really bad. All of us say that. Every week, now all of us say, we go die hard now, but then they take it pass. That's what's all over the world. Make una take una beat. Like that this make una no just panic. Every breakfast, you are ESN. We go bring our money, fortify our ESN, but we wait there for our heart. When I see that the way happen for that, it not gonna happen again. You saw this soldier. That clothes where they wear, that's one where they see that. They don't even know what they come for them. We go tell them, say, we be Biafra. That make them release our letter to 4 months again. But that's the ọ̀gágá ló pa láàlè túpẹ́ ọkọ̀ pé àkà lè túpẹ́ àti má dalẹ̀ sàpé ìdàkúpẹ́ yóò yàrá tó bá yóò kó o má ti sí kẹtẹtẹ ti sí kẹtẹtẹ o mẹsẹ̀ ìjà àwọn ẹnjú mọ́tẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kí èpo ìsì tẹ́lẹ̀ ń bọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ẹ̀kọ́kọ́ náà yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ìjẹ́jẹ́ if you don't see no we want this Nigeria down and they never deceive but they want to election part but look at this government they want come to election but they don't know what they come for you.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you. No vex. Thank you. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Good evening to you, sir. I greet you.
Good morning from here.
Thank you so much. Greeting to you, beloved brothers and sisters. Friends all over the world. May the blessing of Chukwu Kikadiama continue to be with us. Mazi, my name is Shugu and I'm calling from my location. I want to say something. I want to say we must continue to stand on the side of the truth. And that side of the truth remains the mind of the indigenous people of Biafra. Our leader, Mazen Nandekano, unconditionally must be free. The Zoological Republic must allow him to go. He did not do anything. Biafrans everywhere, they are not happy. So, our Directorate of State gave us instruction that we are out to follow. But the people are not happy, man. Let me give you what is happening here in Enugu. There is a very scatter of that is information that we are getting here. I am not live there, but I saw it running away. The reason is because if they will give you a report of what is happening in Anambra, Imo, Aba, the report you will hear is that people refuse to come out. But the people came out in Enugu briefly. Not that everybody came out. People came out in Enugu, but not in that max. Some people came out and opened up their shop. So people that doesn't love what they are doing to us, what is happening to us for so many years, and this man that is speaking and standing on our behalf are being detained. We don't know his whereabouts. We're not hearing from him. We want to know what is going on. We want our leader to be released. That is the reason why people are not happy. So we continue to demand for the unconditional release of our leader. If they want peace, if you want to make peace, you must make that peace to the end. We are saying this because this is exactly what we need. That man, nothing can happen to him. We will not be happy to see him feel any pain. No, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That is the way it is. We are resolute and we will continue to remain same. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Mazi, I'm calling from the zoo. My name is Kelechi. Mazi, good afternoon.
Good morning from here.
Thank you, Mazi. Yesterday night, honestly, I tried to get in because I wanted to ask some questions, but no problem. Some people asked some of the questions that was on my mind. But this afternoon, Mazi, before I say one thing that is in my mind, I want to first of all appreciate somebody in Enugu. There is one man that was interviewed by BBC Igbo. That man is selling, what do you call it, cabbage, this salad things. in Enugu main market. God will bless that man. Man, I don't know if you have listened to that man interview by BBC Igbo. God will bless that man. Even though he's not a multi-millionaire, but according to him, he said one day will not make him poor. If you listen to that man, Matthew, you will pray more prayer for him. This, our people, what you just see today, Matthew, some people say that people are disobeying DOS or not. No, our people are not disobeying anybody. Because the people lost their leader for over 2 months now, and they are telling stories. People are giving us all manner of story here and there. What you just see today is that the people, and I think our leaders, the leaders of IPOB, will learn from this, because there's one thing Nigeria used to do. You in Nigerian government, the citizen will be telling them, this is what we want. This is what we want. The citizen, I remember one certain time, once a Senate president said they do not want to implement one particular thing because they don't want the people to think that we are listening to them, that they were listening to us. So sometimes the Nigerian government, they hear the cry of the people, they don't want to implement it so that the people will not think that they are listening. So I want the leadership of the IPOB to learn from that, because the people now is telling the whole world that you see that Monday is not even enough. We want you to extend this sitting at home. Why is he still in the DSS? Why is he still in the DSS? What is he still doing in DSS? So our leadership will look into it and they act immediately, because the people want to shut down. Because we cannot protect here now. We cannot carry flag and come out. If you wear bangles, anything written Biafra, you will be arrested. They will not even take you to police station. They will shut you down and throw you one corner. We cannot come out to protest. We cannot even assemble for our meeting. The only thing we can do now is this: what our people have done today. You see that like BBC or what do you call all the stupid medias in the zoo, they are not going to say that they force anybody today to sit at home. Even people who are in the main market asking people, why are you not opening your shop? They say they don't want to open now by force. So our leadership should know that the people that they are leading are speaking in their mind. Look, if we need to go back to our leader, let somebody go back to him and tell him that the people say no, they want to sit at home until you come out of the prison. That is what people are saying, and then let our leadership act on it immediately, because God Rossi. Because how can it be only our lawyer will be seeing that man, our leader, in the detention? What is wrong if me, Kelechi, today decide to see our leader? What is wrong if the DSS should allow me to see and to confirm true that man they keep in DSS is our leader? Why must it be only 2 people seeing him? Why? What is he still doing there?
Kelechi, round up. We don't have all day. Round up.
The 31 lawyers to defend the criminal, 31 lawyers to defend the Abakari who is going from house to house, burning places. 31 lawyers. Our people, we are okay. We are doing in this country we want to go. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
And God bless you. My name is Mazi Maiman Ugonye Jaka. I am POB here in United States of America. I reside here in Washington, D.C., but I'm from Amibo. Amibo in Olo. Amibo is the home of the tiger, and Amibo is the home of King George of Okabo. Mazi, I thank you again, and I thank God Almighty for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, Mazi, I want to tell you that the Biafra has spoken. There is no two ways about it. The Biafra are the one that will determine their fate. We, who are the leaders of the POB, we must listen to the Biafra. Mazi, I was meant to understand thing on hold was because of misrepresentation. One, the ESN do not have anything to do with our agitation. The ESN are supposed to be in the bush. The ESN, because the lie they told is that the ESN, we are informed to come outside on the streets. And no, ESN, since ESN was formed so that they can be in our bush and then be able just to chase out the Fulanis in our bush. Yeah, the ESN are not meant to come and operate on the streets. The ESN is in the bush doing what they're supposed to do. So ESN is not coming out for anything of the protection and this protest that we are doing. What I am saying is that it is there are some people that have chosen it upon themselves. They don't want to sit down until their leader is released. That is what it is. And I would like to talk to the lawyers. That is the attorney of, go back to him and tell him that the people have refused. That they have to be, sit at home every Monday so that until they release him. Because this is the only way you can show your grievances to the whole world that you are in control of your destiny. That it is not the government don't have anything, the politicians do not have anything to say about us. So I am urging our leaders, the DOS, to come out and then make a statement regarding to this. Because now that our people are out, and then know that our people voluntarily come out and say that they're going to observe that sit at home, then definitely it is going to be a voluntary thing that the people have decided that they're going to do. And it is what the people decide to do that will matter. Biafra is not in the hand of any individual, but it is in the hand of the collective people that have gone through genocide. And this is what it is. And this is what they have decided that they're going to do. And this is what we must do. Then we are going to observe this sit at home. And then we are going to beg our leader, please also help us so that we can show the whole world our plight. And this is the only way all these news media can carry out what is going on. Having said this, I want to come out again just to tell our people that we are winning this in every front. Even here in the United States, we are winning so much because there is a pressure now on the White House and Joe Biden and the State Department. We have put pressure on them in the many forms. And this pressure that we put on them is going to make them just to revisit, their relationship with Nigeria, of which, from all indication, they are showing interest in Nigeria and what is going on in Nigeria. So, why am I saying this? I am saying it because Nigeria have been able to commit a lot of atrocities. The nation, that is, the kidnapping of our own is one, because these guys, they always break the law. And not only kidnapping our own, the killing and the genocide they've been committing in Biafra land by throwing bombs, in the streets of Biafra when there's no war. They claim that there's no war, but they want to they have killed a lot of people, they have thrown bombs everywhere. So because of that now, there is a lawsuit that is going on that we are just against all these people so that, they can revisit their relationship with Nigeria. I am urging our people, please, what we have to do is that we have to do our own part. We in the United States are doing everything that we can do. We have taxed ourselves in every way or form so that we can just carry on what we are doing here. And then I'm asking everybody that is every part of the world, you are a Biafran, you have known what you are going through. You must surely, by any means, no matter how little it is very painful. You have to donate in any way or form. If not for any other thing, you have to donate for our media. And this media is the transmitter, because we have to put this transmitter every part of Nigeria so that our people will be listening. Even the Amajiri will listen to it. So anything you can do, please keep your hand in your pocket. And when you are here, it is not only for that transmitter, then for the lawsuit that we have lawsuits in 3 places. We have one, that is against Kenya. We have one against the State Department in the United States. We have another one against the United Kingdom for everything that they have done against our own Hindu. So we are going to pay the lawyers, and I want our people, no matter how it is, you always have the spirit of giving. You go to church, you give willingly. So I am begging you, any way or any form that you can get together and then raise some fund and contribute, because it is for your safety that we are doing this. your self-preservation, the genocide committed against you. This is a seed that you are sowing for the emancipation of your rights. This is what you are doing for the sake of your children. Please do anything that we can do to donate to this. And this is why I am calling upon you. And if you are in the United States and you want to make a donation to this, because we are willing, only God in heaven knows we are willing. Biafra is here already. So what have you contributed to the Biafra? Go to our website, and that our website is www.ipob.in.usa.org/donate. www.ipob.in.usa.org/donate. We are in autopilot. Nigeria is crashing every day. Mazi, thank you and God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you very much. The call number is +1 484 767 0848 +1 484 767 0848. Good morning from here. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, welcome, Emma. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Master.
Yeah, we're listening. Go ahead. Are you hearing me? Emma, are you hearing me? Go ahead. We are listening to you.
Are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
Master, I'm not hearing you.
I don't know why, but I'm hearing you. Can you hear me? Emma, are you hearing me?
No, Master.
I think your line is bad. Yeah, that line is bad. The call number is +1 484 767 0848 +1 484 767 0848. Yeah, I think you have an internet issue. Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good morning from here. Are you hearing me? I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Emma, can you hear me? Well, you have an internet issue.
Master, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Mazi, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning from here.
Mazi, am I calling out live?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
The audio you played about the Hausa man being interviewed by the white man, I don't think that this message has gotten to them for my and the whole others. If that message has gotten to them, they should think twice. But Mazi, sorry to say this, my own idea and the information I'm getting, you might not like it, but I will say it. last week we said something about the governor trying to lobby the market chairman and the PG. And after exposing that, then that has been to fail. Now you can understand that since the issue of lockdown came up, the governors have not made any statement, they have not said anything. So there is a new information coming up now, and we are trying to investigate a deep inside it. Now we heard that the DSS threatened the AGOFO, and they told the AGOFO that if this lockdown is not cancelled, that he will not have access to come and see the person that they call, that they claim is Martin Lambekan. And I'm using this opportunity to call on the DSS. So that they will not lose their glory. DSS has lose their glory. There is an information that the DSS threatened the Jofo that if the lockdown if they don't cancel the lockdown, that he will not be allowed to come and see Mazen Lambekan. And he is the only person that they have allowed us to believe in, which we don't want to believe. The Jofo and the DSOS should sit up and know what they are doing. None of us has seen Mazen Lambekan. They covered the face of somebody and brought him to court. And they also covered the person's face and they whisked him out of the courtroom. Nobody saw Mazen Lambekan. Nobody has ever had a statement of Mazen Lambekan. He says, you're not sure of what he is saying because the life of thousands of people, including my aged grandmother, is at stake. If a Jofo is not sure of what he is saying, a Jofo should be sure. Because we are having an information right now, the information is coming, I will take the clip to you, where DSS threatened the Jofo that if this lockdown is not cancelled, that he will not allowed to come in again. And we are not even sure that Mazen Lambekan is the one that they are coming to see. Believe me, that's the information. So I'm asking the DSS, the DOS, I'm telling the DOS now that they should make sure that this at home continues because the people have told them their mind today. The people have expressed their feelings and their mind today. I spoke with so many people in Ebonyi State, in Abakaliki today, they were on lockdown. People that are supposed to come to Abakaliki refuse to come from the rural area because of the lockdown. People are listening to DSOS now. Let it not be that DOS will lose this glory, and by the time they will ask the people to sit at home, nobody will agree to sit at home again. Let it be true that the Jofo is seeing Mazen Lambekan, because between now and tomorrow, I will give you the update. The person that is giving me this information is a very inside person in DSS. That the Jofo was threatened that if this lockdown...
Why will you come and say that somebody from this is giving you information?
I'm sure of the information I'm getting.
It's not what I asked you. I say, why will you come on the air and say it?
Why will you come on air to say it?
Yes, that wasn't proper. It's an information given to you, you should keep it to yourself. All you can say that from inside information, that's fine. But zeroing into where it's coming from is not wise, okay?
Thank you for that.
All right.
But then, that is it. You'll follow what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, Mazen.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead, make it quick.
Okay. Yes, I'm friends of Biafrans, lover of freedom. Good evening from here, Biafra land. Good afternoon. My name still remains Emmanuel Sukumiba. I'm calling from my location. Mercy, I want to thank you for the good work that you are doing for the Biafrans people. For coming on air, enlightening our people on what is going on. Very happy.
Yeah, good morning, Mazi.
Good morning from here.
My name is Senkiru. I'm calling from Canada. Yeah, Mazi, what I want to say to Biafrans is, I don't think we have to be blaming our lawyers. You know, we are all angry. We are not happy. Our leader is still suffering. Our leader is in pain. And this cancellation of sit at home that works very well, nobody should be happy, because the agreement was to release our leader unconditionally, release all IPOB members in the prison all over Nigeria, then give us the date for referendum. None of these things has been done. All of a sudden, the cancellation of sit at home that is working very well. Again, that we will sit at home on the day of our leaders' court hearing. Then how do we go to Abuja? That's another thing. How do people go to Abuja to support our leader? So I see all these things as I can't understand. They are playing on our intelligence. Our DOS, they should have, review all these things, think about it, do all the research they need to do before cancelling this sit at home. So today, I am very happy that Biafrans has proved that what they want is the freedom of our leader and the restoration of Biafra. Nobody should be blamed for anything. Nobody should be blamed. We are bleeding. We cannot be sleeping, going to work, doing our activities while the eyes that we used to see, we can't even know. We don't know what is going on. I mean, a lot of people will not understand that most of us are dying. We are half dead. As I'm here now, I am dead. My heart is shattered. Without seeing my leader, I don't know if I will last next year. We need to know what is happening to our leader. We need to know exactly what is going on. Our leader is all we have. And this has proved that our leader is the only man we have in Biafra land. So it's very, very heartbroken. Let our DOS sit up and do exactly, if it's a research, start research to the end before you give us any order. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold my emotion, but to be honest with you, since our leader is there, I have not been myself.
Yeah, thank you.
And things have to be done fast so that most of us will be able to see Biafra. God bless you.
God bless you too.
And God bless Biafra.
Yeah. Yes, that's what DOS said. They will review. In all the midst of who said this, who said that, they are capable of doing the best, and they addressed it yesterday, and they said they are going to review. And knowing the anger of our people, then they'll put all those things into consideration. And so we must all be rest assured that appropriate steps will be taken to address these issues. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Good evening, sir. Mazi Alozie.
Welcome.
I am Evangelist Uzaku Okike. I thank you for coming on air today, because this morning we have been waiting for presenters to air our views. I want to contribute to what people have already said. I accept every suggestion and everything that others have already said. Then I want to add, I am a believer in faith, but the word of God says that faith without works is dead. Even Jesus Christ, our Hashua, At a stage, he took care and went into the temple and chased out Japusia Hilo. So I appeal to our DOS to give us a chance. Let them be doing their own in the office and allow us to see our leader. We want to know where he is. I have made this suggestion before in one post on Facebook, and somebody started attacking me. How can they take picture in DSS dungeon? Who is DSS? Where are they? Who mandated them to hold our leader and decide that we shall not see him? In fact, our leader has given a command. We believe in command and control, and that command, that is what we are going to obey. And that is to burn down the zoo unless they show us our leader. Period. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama, who is still keeping us alive today. I believe he's alive. But let nothing contrary happen to him. And the people are holding us this way. If anything contrary, DSS, DOS, we will not take it lightly with all of you. So DOS, give us chance. We are Biafrans. He is our president. Over 70 million people. We want to know where he is. Period. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I appreciate what you are doing. Chukwu Okike Abiama, keep us all in his name. You say? Thank you.
Thank you.
Remain blessed.
Thank you. We are heading to the end of this broadcast, and this is the way things are. We have to look at things very critically. Caller, your name and where you're calling from?
Good evening, Mazalozi.
Good morning from here.
Thank you. I'm calling from my location. Mazalozi, just like what we keep saying, I said it yesterday night. Our people are apprehension because we cannot trust. You cannot trust our Eastern leaders, the so-called leaders. They have lost the legitimacy. What is holding them from showing the world our leader? They blindfolded him, bring him to court, and the next court sitting that they didn't bring him. Today they shot our people in Aba, and none of these governors are talking. DOS should review this thing and tell the Biafrans on what to do. The whole world have known that Biafra is. They are out to get their republic, just like what is happening in Afghanistan. The almighty American was there for 20 years, but when they leave there, the people take their place. They should not be telling us to wait. You can't trust Nigeria. Why do they keep Abba Kyari that is killing our people in Owerri, and the governors are supporting them? They can't hand them over. A criminal, they don't want to hand them over to the CIA. What are we not talking about? The injustice is too much. It's too much. You can't blame our people. And they are still shooting them today and up till now. Nobody has spoken. None of these leaders have said anything. The DOS should give us, should tell people what to do. If they don't do that, our people will go out of hand. They will start killing all these politicians down here. Because that is why the Northerners are afraid of their politicians. Please, you people should beg them. Look at what is happening in Jos. They clear one village. All of them are leave only 2 buildings. But when they attack the Fulani people, the whole governors in Nigeria today condemned it, that they are traveling. Where are they traveling to? Say somebody, send our media team to Jos, let them give you people first-hand information of what is happening. Please, we are not, nobody is happy. Nobody. Even the people that are not Biafran, they are not happy with what is happening. The Yorubas are protecting their own in the Republic. Nobody knows they have killed our leader. What is stopping them from showing it to us? Please. We are begging you people that is handling this IPOD on the top leadership. We are people very soon they will go out of hand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? It seems like you're driving.
I not coming out clear, sir?
I'm hearing you now. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Mazi Alozie, good evening, sir. From where I am residing. I'm calling from City of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Mazi, thank you for the job. And I appreciate all the callers, all the Biafrans worldwide. Even yesterday, the emergency brokers you people heard yesterday night. I thank all of them, the DOSS, all of them did the marvelous thing yesterday. And what I want to say right now is regarding the unfolding event that happened since Friday night broadcast from our DOS. And since that Friday, a lot of things have been happening and people have been reacting either positively or negatively regarding the thing that is trending right now for the appearance or the calling off of sit at home. And I thank you because all the broadcasters, I know this, I know the lot of job you did yesterday, sir, and you still summon the courage because the pressure is really rising at the highest tempo since this incident took place on Friday night. But if I'm to say, or from what I'm seeing or observing from the callers, from the reactions, from all ramifications, every angles, what is playing out right now is that our people, the Biafran people, have really resolved that it is Biafra or nothing. No matter how it may sound, no matter how they'll achieve it, no matter how they'll work to make sure that Biafra comes. Even to the extent that the sit at home was called off on Friday, 3 days after this moment, and we are getting overwhelming evidence coming from Biafra land. Our people still adhering from the first announcement, declaration from the DOS on July 28th, that sit at home will be carrying on in Biafra land until our leader is released before it can be called off. Now, let's bring it home, sir. Sorry I know your time is coming to an end. It was on 26th of July, our leader, they're supposed to bring our leader to the court, but they did not bring our leader to the court. And the people, anger is rising up. And then before this current thing, the DOS fixed that say, unless now, Mazi, in as much as how they have been trying, I know it's not their fault. I know maybe the fault is maybe not from our legal teams. But you can see the reaction coming out from the overwhelming about 99 or 98% of the callers since Friday till this moment requires that people should continue from the previous announcement until what made such announcement was given will adhere or was adhered to. Up to this moment, such a thing has not happened. Now I read a tweet, or I read from the statement of Barrister Joffo a few minutes ago before I made this call. And Barrister Joffo showed a picture of our leader's younger brother, Emmanuel Cannon, in his office. Two of them took a picture and now made a statement he made. But it's not, if you can see what is hovering, how our people is reacting, I don't think that serves mainly overwhelming interest of the Biafran people. So that is to say that the only thing that will make our people to calm down right now is to continue from the previous, or let them release our leader.
So you can see the reaction. So if the DOS, I know serious pressure is mounted on them right now. If they don't do a very tangible thing that the people are expecting them to do right now, I think so things might get out of hand the way we are seeing it. So on a nutshell, what I'm saying right now is that please, the hierarchy of this noble family, high command of this noble family, should sit up and give people exactly what they want to hear. And there's something the people of Biafra want to hear and want them back on.
Mazi,
if that is not being done, Mazi, there will be a total problem.
Yeah, Mazi,
thank you very much for your
Mazi,
time given to me. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are heading to the end of this program very, very fast. Very, very fast. A few more calls and that'll be it. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you very much, Mazalaze. Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
Oh, fine, thank you. Well, stranger.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mazalaze. As a brother Chidera, calling from where I'm calling from. Let's get this message clear. That we want to prove of Mazen Namdekana does not equal to picture or video. I did not join this struggle because of his picture and his video. Well, I have enough of it. If anybody wants me to supply him, he should come. I will supply him picture as video. This is what we are demanding is the Namdekana in person, not the video and the picture. People should why like this? This cannot be work. People are somebody say you're upset. Upset is understatement. The initial agreement was give us proof of life. Picture is not proof of life. Picture is not proof of life. So if proof of life, if people will now come to yes, if whoever said that our brother, I'm not against you. Yes, it's true that you cannot enter there without you being searched, without being there. But the mind, people enter the palace of Afghanistan president now. Did they enter there with you? People demanded it. So something happened before they can get in there. So there's no need of, we know these are not normal in the zoo, but something have to happen for somebody to get where you're supposed not to get, or where you want to get in the first place. So there is no need of saying, before you get in there, people must be demanding, those who need to change should be changed. I thought you English people say, don't you think that this word, the parliament is changed? So they have to change. If need be, they must bring him Namdekana out. We want to see him. Simple. If he's a ghost, they bring his ghost out. All those pictures, okay, we are talking about the tweet, the picture of, we trust, Barrister have done it before, he's still doing it now. There's no question about that. But it is remain, I cannot change my father's name. So Namdi is Namdi. So what do I say now? Let me Namdi be surfaced somewhere, wherever they hide him. Because all the people owning him are demanding for him. What is too difficult about that? From the first day they arrest this guy, I called Peters, I said, is it nowhere we demand and said, we know him by broadcasting, we know his voice, you know, that I have them beaten Namdi to not lost his voice. What are they doing to him secretly there? Simple as A, B, C, D. We want to see. The gadget is all over this world. Even the zoo themselves, they parade criminals most. They parade people up and down. And I hear one job they call himself DP, say that the reason they parade people is to give message to others. Okay, parade this one and let's see him. Parade him. What is wrong with that? We have been parading all the people you have arrested. Why do you this one now you cover his face? Who did you cover face? Who did you dress up like a masquerade to bring to us? We want to say one Namdi. And I want to ask a question. If the original demand was we want to see proof of life, we want to Namdi to release unconditionally. We want a referendum. None of this been achieved, not for one. All of a sudden, I'm not against you as God forbid. But the truth matter remain that the people are not happy. And it's the truth about it. My own mother in the village will be the last person to go to farm. If you could ask them, what will happen? He said, when it happened in Namdaka, how did he know who is? I've never met in Namdi. But what in Namdi is a crying fire in England is affecting her in the village. Because he knows. Now people are now saying, okay, let's cut off. What is the basic of cutting off the seat at home? Why none of those things have been answered? How is they gonna take us serious tomorrow if we demand another thing? They will say, okay, I can drop here anyway. I'm not attacking any authority, but if you put something on the table, and out of 3-4 things, not single one has been selected. I say, okay, this one you're asking is too much, but we're gonna do this one. At least the people should be talking. The people are demanding something should come to the table and say, okay, fine, we will do 1, 2, 3, but the other 4 is very difficult. We can. You are now trying to tell your people, say, hey, as far as we are here now, what is on table is the A. The BC is difficult. Then the people will say, okay, let's manage this one. And now, when we get this one, we cannot push further for this. But all among the 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, none is even answered. We will drop our own. How are we are trying to stop Anambra? Are we telling me that on a 9 minute of election of Anambra, we won't jump out? And when you say autopilot, it can represent anything. Autopilot does not mean that we are undermining the leadership of whatever can get your people angry. We look at the NSAS. Did anybody went somewhere and make a meeting NSAS started? So it's automatically like autopilot. So if somebody sits wherever he sits and feel like this is enough, and gather the people, whether you are POB or not, you are a Biafra, you will gather yourself around and rise up and do the needful. All of us will get out of this mess we want us for all. So it doesn't matter whatever, as long as it's in line with what the leadership want. We are not against what we are doing.
Thank you,
if you do it in line with what you are about to do, it's fine. Second, I'm sorry, the time. These are our brothers from the Riverine area, and the rest of them should just tell us where they belong. You cannot be working in Nigeria. You went away to Uganda and get a salary. How can all of us in the South East, everybody sit down and they're abuse over there? What is going on? Their brother in that one should tell them to do the needful. We can't control like this. We cannot be 3% is what the idiot in Abuja signed today as the water bill of the what do you call it? A petroleum bill. The petroleum bill is signing today. Are you not hearing it? The people in the river and all those one in the dam there in the Calabar. Are you not hearing that the bill that the one who have signed it 3% to Funa, then 30% for those in North. No oil in the North. The where the oil is 3%. Where the pipe pass is 30%. And when you say sit at home, you went to market.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi Alozi. Thank you.
Thank you. Your name and where you calling?
Yeah, good evening, Mazi Alozi. My name is Mazi Chinemere Mobiku. I'm calling from my location. I want to ask Biafrans and IPOP. Is Mazi Nandikali still alive? And I want to ask question again. Mazi Nandikali, is he a cockroach? Mazi Nandikali, is he a rat? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You people are going to disappoint me, but I will not. That is a prophecy. He said that the Taliban will run over to the Palestine. Today, he have done. That is a prophecy. And I'm not happy, but I thank to go down for what happened today. That shows that the spirit of Biafra is in charge. It's not anybody that's in charge. Only the spirit of Biafra. I must not members to know that this is the kingdom of God on earth. What is the kingdom of God on earth? Why some people are doing? I am very, very angry, but I'm happy partial for what happened today. That shows that indeed Tuko Kadama is this Biafra is the kingdom of God on earth. How can under 2 days to go, we have the broadcast. But to show we are not against DOSO, but must be all very, very cheap. All they can wire up the news oil simple. It's very cheap. Okay, and I'm very election. Oh God. Everyone before. Open the guy, why? Open I will change that. Open I will change that. Why? Ndị nwere nwa ọgwụ ụka nwa ndị Nigeria egbu tọpụrụ. I finish it. In fact, open up land the color. I broke this struggle. It is so double. God bless you.
God bless you too. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? Yeah, we are hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for your wonderful program. And there is no need trying to hide what is obvious. You know, we have seen where the minds of the people are, and that their mind is on, doing the right thing. And we cannot be pretending not to know where the minds of the people are. And then everybody knows that decision to cancel that sit at home was very premature and very, very. It shows how gullible we are, because you don't. America said you negotiate from strength. You negotiate from strength. Okay, we've heard what you said, but you know what? We will continue to look at it until you accomplish what you want. Why do you have to blink first? Why do you have to blink first? Just like Odera said. What are you getting for giving up the demonstration? You didn't tell us. And now you are telling us that what you're telling us now is that we will wait till the court date to sit at home. In other words, you are accepting already that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a extraordinary rendition, doesn't make sense anymore. You cannot commit a crime in order to solve a crime. In the law court, because you violated that law, it will be thrown out based on technicality. So there won't be any holding of any hearing anymore. You release that man, and then you go and release him and send him back to where he came from, which is Britain, and then now you apply through the normal process to bring him back to Nigeria for extradition. You do not commit crime, and then you want to honor them by saying that we are going to sit at home on the day of the court date. In other words, you already accepted that extraordinary rendition as something that is positive. We don't want all this nonsense. People are making their mind known. The people who are sitting at home are not crying. People who are crying are people who are in diaspora. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Something that is so working so perfectly, well held by everybody, all of a sudden, boom, cut it off. You know how I felt that day, the morning on Friday, when this thing happened. It just destroyed me completely. All of a sudden, we show ourselves in a higher pedestal. Then you are caught all over. Under your feet, you're back on the floor. That's exactly how the whole thing is, and that's why the reaction is the way it is. They should go back and reinstate this thing. I don't care. They reinstate it and continue doing your investigation. It should be on. It's as simple as that. God bless you, Dr. Alochi.
Thank you very much, and that is in line with the DOS principle. They said they will revisit, they will re-examine the whole thing, which means they have seen the response the people are giving, and they will do the needful. It's when you know what the issue is, then you find a solution to it. That's what's taking place. The DS doing what they are supposed to do. And with the lawyers, they now know the anger of the people. We have been pushed around so much, like the one that was shot dead today. And I ask you a question: where are the governors? Where are the Igwes? Where are the Ezes and the thieves? The people are fed up, and these things are happening for a purpose. The purpose is that we're no longer talking. Our people now understand the dangers facing them. As long as you are from the south, not to talk of Biafra land, as long as you are from the south, even from the middle belt, you are in danger. So any Biafran, regardless from what part of Biafra land you come from, that will be so stupid to act otherwise to save your people, you are doomed. You are doomed. They will kill you. America will not save you. Britain will not save you. Germany will not save you. Did you see what happened in Afghanistan? What did they do? They extricated their officials. They took them away and let you die. So will they, when they're telling you that your population is your strength and your diversity makes you one Nigeria. Any day the Fulanis and the ISWAP will descend on you to clear you out, they will evacuate their people and leave you to be slaughtered. Whatever is left is what they will continue to preside over. So keep on selling your brother. Keep on merchanting your wives and your daughters. Keep on deceiving yourself. Those that you're bringing home for dinner will definitely give you the flesh of your children. And we will know. Our people are ready. A DOS and HOD hearing from the people, the response you're getting, I think this will give you a clear guideline as to what to expect. So your reevaluation should be done as quickly as possible. Our people are not happy, and they will never be happy. This is where I'll end today's broadcast, and I'll be on the air again tomorrow by God's grace, God's willing. I'm going to get up with my 2 feet on the ground or on the floor, and I walk. I say thanks to Chukwu Kikabiam. Examine who you are. Examine the role you are playing. If you think you are more important than others, think again. If you think this
welcome you to today's program. Today is a very timely time, and this period is a very timely period to be having none other than Bruce Payne. Bruce Payne is an attorney in the United States of America, and is someone that a lot of you already know very well, but just in case you do not know, he's an attorney representing the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and Maz.
There comes a time, the whole wide world will welcome the rising sun. Here comes the time, for everyone to see that what will be, will be. This is the time, for you and I to stand together as one. Yeah. They will know, they will know. The sun is rising, from east to west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? Oh, you wave your flag and be proud of who you are, because the sun is rising. We shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. We spent our lives in pain and misery, never gonna trade our freedom with any mystery. It's affecting our soul and it's killing us slow. With what we've been through, we are far from being good, but we are blessed by Chukwu Biafra. So we're never gonna give up. We're never gonna give up. There'll be light in the end of the tunnel. It will shine so bright all time. The whole wide world will embrace us. Nobody can stop us, nobody can cage us, nobody can stand us, yeah. They will know, they will know. The sun is rising, from east to west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? Oh, you wave your flag and be proud of who you are, because the sun is rising. We're shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. The windows and curtains, green lights be revealing. When I think about how blessed we are, goosebumps all over my body. Sunrise to the black stripe, black strength crossing grey stripes. Clashes upon clashes, many lives turn to ashes. When I ponder and reminisce, the actions I see malice. Blood on the ground, this is how we fly. Our beautiful flag, all around the world. Blood on the ground, this is how we fly. Our beautiful flag, all around the world. We go carry the cross together, we walk through to Zion. We stumble, we'll rise. How the victory was done. There we know, there we know. The sun is rising. From east to west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? I still wave your flag all over the world. Because the sun is rising. I still be shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. They would know, they would know, they would know. The light shine, the sun is rising. Wave your flag anywhere you are. The light shine, the sun is rising.
Available when